I asked if you guys wanted history. I got a lot of people saying yes, you're gonna get it. What's up, tattoo enthusiasts? Have you ever wondered when and where tattoos started? Or maybe the people that had them? Who were they? And the tattoos they did they have any meaning? Or are we talking like the tramp stamp, barbed wire phase of the 90s? And how does murder weave itself into our story today?
Murder?
That's right, I said it, murder. So let's jump into this and start filling in some of these blanks. In September of 1991, hikers in the Oetzi Alps stumbled upon a human figure that was buried in melted ice. Now, the hikers actually thought this was an unfortunate hiking accident that happened maybe decades ago. Little did they know that they just stumbled on tattoo history. Now, me personally, I probably would have shit myself had I stumbled upon a body buried in a big block of ice. These hikers would soon find out that this man was over 5,300 years old. This human is considered to be the oldest human remains that has a tattoo. Now, previously, scientists actually thought that the oldest human being with tattoos came from South America. This mummy was part of the Chinchero culture. He had a tattoo that was a mustache. I don't know how much of a tattoo that is, but it counts. What they did find is the carbon dating that they did on that mummy was actually wrong, and it was younger than what they anticipated. Now this puts Oetzi the Iceman as the oldest human being known to be tattooed. After the hikers got the mummy off the mountain, they started to do some scans on him, and they had found that this human being was between 40 and 50 years old. As they searched a little further, they found out that this man had been murdered.
No way. Wait.
What they found was a hole in his back. That's right, folks. He was shot with an arrow in the back. Now, this mummy came to be known as Oetzi the Iceman, and Guinness Book of World Records actually listed him as being the oldest tattooed human being. Now, when they were doing the scans, they found out that Oetzi had approximately 61 tattoos on his body. And guess what, folks? None of them were barbed wire or tramp stamp. After they did a little bit more research, they found out that the tattoos were actually made by scratching the skin and rubbing some charcoal into the open wound. Now, Oetzi had multiple dots, lines, and crosses in different parts of his body. Some of those tattoos actually fell on some joints. And this led researchers to believe that they were done in order to relieve some pain or illness. So Oetzi basically had primitive designs, not any real pictures. So now you're gonna ask me, when was the first recorded images of tattoos? For that, we're gonna need to travel 1,700 miles away to ancient Egypt. In 2018, scientists actually found tattoos on a mummy that was in the British Museum for nearly a century, and this mummy was over 5,000 years old. It wasn't until new technology came out that they realized what they thought was soot on the mummy's arm actually was a tattoo. The mummy, which became known as the Gobelin Man, dated back to 3,300 to 3000 BC. Now, these infrared images actually showed that the mummy had designs of a bull, which is the ancient symbol of virility, and another image of a horned goat, which were very crudely made. It's their thought that these tattoos were actually applied with some type of bone or copper to puncture the skin. And this was the first real evidence of figurative tattooed images. The scans also showed, and you guessed it, he was murdered. Stabbed in the neck 18 to 21 times.
It's just a flesh wound, honestly.
So after they found this, they started to scan some of the other mummies in the museum. Come to find out, they had other mummies there, one of them being a female who had a complex series of S's that went from her shoulder down her arm. And this provided even more insight, showing that both men and women were getting tattooed in ancient Egypt. Hey guys, if you like this episode and you feel like we're bringing value, please make sure you smash that like and subscribe button. It'll give you notifications when we post, and it doesn't cost anything. I know you're sitting at home right now going, all right. But what about tattoos that are almost like modern tattoos? Like close to what we have right now, right? I can almost hear you through the camera. And for that, we need to go 3,500 miles away to the Altai Mountains. This is a remote glacial range that's sometimes called the Switzerland of Russia. And this is where they found a 2,500-year-old Siberian princess who would later be named the Ukak Princess. And yes, that is the right pronunciation. I had to look it up. Discovered in 1993 on the remote Ukak Plateau, which is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Now, the princess was actually buried with two other men who were possibly warriors, and also a set of horses. All three of them had intricate tattoo designs. Some of them were actually similar to each other's. These designs were actually located on their arms, legs, chest, and back. These mummies are believed to be part of the Pazuric people. These were a nomadic people that were described by a 5th century Greek historian, Herodotus. The tattoos that were on these mummies are considered to be some of the best preserved historical tattoos the world has ever seen. Some of the researchers actually remarked how modern they almost looked. You see, I told you we'd get there. To the Pazuric people, tattoos were actually used as almost like a personal identification, kind of like a passport. The Pazuric people believed that tattoos would help them in the afterlife. This would actually make it easier for their family and their culture to find them on the other side. The tattoos on the left shoulder of the princess actually show a mythological kind of creature. It's a deer with a griffin's beak and a Capricorn's antlers. The antlers themselves are actually decorated with a griffin's head. The same griffin's head is also shown on the back of the animal. It also shows a spotted panther with a long tail seen at the legs of a sheep. The princess also has a deer's head on her wrist with a big set of antlers. She also has a drawing of an animal on one of her thumbs. It's always been said that once tattoos are done, you have them for life. This is a whole new level, folks. This is the afterlife into our world. Scientists believe that she was in her 20s and died around 2,500 years ago. This makes her 5 centuries older than Jesus Christ and several hundred years older than Alexander the Great. Now, this is where the tale of murder actually ends, folks.
Oh, well, that's disappointing.
They really did not understand how this girl died. She had no blunt trauma to her head or any other part of her body, and there was no insides as they were removed to test any type of tissue that would have shown that she maybe was poisoned or ate something wrong that made her sick, or she had a disease. There really was no way for them to tell. We will continue to move forward in history at another time, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. There's going to be many more to come.